think we got it now. Oh, you guys, seriously, I don't know why it has to be so complicated each and every time. Just getting it started with that double live button or pushing it from someplace else. Man, hopefully you guys are seeing this. Tell me you guys are seeing this. I'm gonna mute myself over here. Tell me you guys are seeing this. Tell me you're seeing this. I'm gonna be really sad if this didn't work again. Help me out, people. Help me out. Okay, now it says that we're live. Yes. Excellent. All right. This is good news. This is good news. All right. I don't know what it was. Again, I was live streaming for a good 5 minutes by myself, as I do. Because sometimes I'm just not smart enough, even though I did the enable start. It didn't take. It didn't take it all. So, there you go. What are you gonna do? I guess we can do it all again. No worries. Welcome to TTT Thursday, and that stands for, yeah, tips, tricks, tutorials, where every Thursday for an hour we get together and we get to talk about YouTube or video editing. So I'm super stoked about this. I'm really excited. And just putting this out here, would it be a smart idea to sometimes practice the things that I want to talk about? Yes. Do I do that? No, because I want to be surprised just like you to see if it's going to end up in the right frame of mind. So we can struggle together. So today, actually, I wanted to attempt something. I think I have an idea in my head about how I'm going to make this work, and it's a question that I've gotten a lot of times, and it is on my video about cloning yourself, about how to do that if you're not on a computer version, a Mac or desktop version of iMovie, but you're using an iOS device or an iPad. So I thought today we should attempt that. We should give that a shot, because I was like, you think it would be possible, but it's not easily possible, I guess is the right way to think about it. Because unlike in the desktop, or I'm just going to say computer version of iMovie, the thing that you need to be able to do is basically kind of trim your video and split it down the center. But I was thinking about this and I'm like, I don't see a reason why we can't do this on an iPad. And I'm attempting to do it without green screen because, yeah, if you did it with a green screen, that makes sense. It's not a big deal. We're attempting to do it today, no green screen. So I think I have an idea for how we're going to do this. So Birdland TV, hello. Tech for Your Needs, hello. The Zayway and Patrick Wah, hello. Thank you for being here. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do, or I am going to do, is I am going to get a phone and then I'm going to take a video image. And the secret to being able to look like you clone yourself is you want to make sure that your video is like very stable, it's not moving, and maybe you can put your camera, phone, whatever you're using on a tripod, and then you don't want to move it. You want it to stay exactly where it is, and then you are physically going to move, and then we're going to try and stitch together the video, and hopefully it will look like I am talking to myself. We're going to give that a shot. So, all right. First thing that we are going to do, I'm going to grab my iPhone, and I've put it on a little, I don't know, it's currently charging right now, so this is what it looks like here. We've got it on a little Manfrotto Pixie, and I've got like a little phone holder on top, and then I'm going to set it down on my desk, and then we're going to try and get that wide angle on it. Hey, Viper, the man about tech, he's here. We're going to attempt to clone yourself in iMovie, but on iOS or iPad, and not on the desktop version or laptop version of iMovie. So that's what we are doing today. the first thing, you can't see it right now, but don't worry, I will airdrop it to my iPad and then I will show it all to you guys in just a second, but you'll get to see me film it. Let me take out my earphones 1 second. All right, so what I've done is I've set the camera up on a little tripod and try and get a wider shot so I can get on both sides. Then I'm going to scooch on over, 1 second, on the farthest edge of the video. And then, what should we say? I think I got it. Hey everyone, I am Shelly, and I think that the best phone out there is the iPhone 12 Pro Max in Pacific Blue. What do you think? And we're going to stop right there. Okay, you're crazy. Okay, now I'm going to switch sides. 1 second. And the trick is you need to not try and cross the halfway point of your frame, okay? And I'm sorry if I'm screaming, but I don't have my headphones in, so I can't hear exactly. So you don't cross the center boundary of your video, okay? And then try not to move your camera as much as possible. And then stupidly, I thought I was going to try and talk to myself, so I'm going to attempt to look back at myself and argue with myself here. All right, so we're going to hit this again. Obviously, the best phone is the Pixel 5. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. We're going to scooch back. So, not that I'm trying to start a riot or anything, but we're just going to bring back the age-old Pixel or, Google, Android type phones versus iPhones. I know the captain of Team Apple is in here, but I think it's still funny because you have been reviewing all of these other phones recently, so it's totally cool. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my photo library and I'm going to airdrop both of those to my iPad. So let's pull this up and see what we can do here. I'm going to say next and we're going to airdrop to the iPad. This is one of the best features of some of the Apple products. I do love airdropping. Do you guys use AirDrop? Let me know. Also, originally, I don't know if you guys know this, but I was wanting this particular Thursday session to be called Thirsty Thursdays, so we could always talk about what's in your cup. And today, it's in a beaker spike bottle, but today I'm drinking water, so that's what's in my cup. You tell me what's in your cup today, too. It's not vodka. Okay, so... all right, so those are now on my iPad. Now, one thing that you do want to do is make sure that if you're going to try and have a conversation with yourself, you want to try and make sure that you leave enough time for responses and you leave enough time for, if someone is saying something to you, you want to listen to them, because otherwise you're really going to have to sit there and play with all of the timing to make it sound like you're not just interrupting the other person. Now, I know that Peter McKinnon had once before said that there was a secret where he had not only a script, but he had an AirPod or something in his ear so that he could hear what the other recording was so it could flow more naturally. I did not do that because we were going off the cuff today. So, coffee. You don't airdrop? Okay. You're doing sparkling water. Very nice. Very nice. I used to have a soda stream, and I would put in, I don't know if you ever drink, shrubs, which are these, flavored vinegars. And so I would do, shrub sodas, because they're, soda water. And they were delicious, if you kind of like that sour vinegar type of thing. Because there's a local girl here that makes them, and it was pretty cool. All right, so did we confirm that they are on my iPad? We're going to scroll down here. Yes. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make it so that you guys can see what I'm seeing as well. Whew. And like I said, you guys, I make no promises. I think that this is going to work. I think I have an idea. We're going to see how this goes. All right. So let me go into this, show you guys. there I am. I thought about hooking up directly, but right now, because of all of the inputs with the multiple cameras and everything, I have used all my USB ports, and so I'm gonna have to work on that so I can get you some more views and stuff. So we're gonna go into iMovie, and we're going to open up a new movie, and I'm gonna bring in those, actually, that's a lie, I'm gonna bring in one file. So let me bring in one file. And the reason that we do that is because if you bring in two files, you can't use the second one as an overlay. I don't know why they did it that way. It doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense. You have to almost think strategically ahead of time, as far as I know, for it. So it's just a weird thing. All right, so let's go to a wide shot here. If you guys didn't know, I got recently this Elgato Stream Deck, and so far I've been liking it. It's kind of good for being able to switch, and I'm trying to up my live stream game for you guys. All right, so I'm gonna make it so that you guys can see it. All right, sweet. So if we take a look at the very first clip here, the first thing that we are going to do, I'm just gonna highlight this real quick, and we're gonna bring in the front. Just gonna use my fingers here to expand so you guys can see a longer timeline here. And we're gonna bring this in and from the edge so that you don't have a lot of that dead space at the very beginning. So here I am on this side.
I am Shelly, and I think that the best phone out there is the iPhone 12 Pro Max in Pacific Blue. What do you think?
I don't know if you guys heard that, but my dog totally just like started screaming and going down the stairs. Sometimes, I swear, she's so funny. You may or may not have heard that. But, oh, great. And I also got a notification that says the mouse battery is super duper low. So love that for me. Let me see if I can also, since we're going to be on the iPad view for just a little bit, let's see if I can plug in my mouse. Oh, man. No one else answered. What's in your cup today? I saw coffee and I saw sparkling water. I want to know what else is in your cup. He said, mine's water. All right. And I also got a notification saying that my stream quality is going down, so that's awesome. Love that for me. I'm going to make sure you guys can see this. Okay, sweet. So we have that. And the next thing that we're going to do, let me show you what happens, what some of the options are. The first thing that you could do is you could drop in an overlay, and then we could select it and try and do a side-by-side crop. Let's try that first. So I'm going to bring in a clip. Hold on one second here. Okay. Let me show you here. So on the iPad, we are going to go to the plus icon over here in the top right, and then we are going to add a video, which is going to be the second video that we had. So I'm going to assume it's this one. Let's select this one. Now, if you guys see the thing that comes up here, you can either plus it, which is going to add it to your main timeline. Yes, I got a water out there. All right, awesome. You can play it so that you can actually see and get a preview of what that clip is. So here it is. It's me sitting on the opposite side. So this looks like the clip that I want. Pause on that. And then you also have the ellipses, which is this triple dot. So we are going to go into the triple dot so we can start looking at the options for this. So the first thing that you're going to see is a cutaway. Now, if you do a cutaway, it means that what you're seeing here on the screen is going to go away, and what you're going to see is the other clip. So instead of seeing this clip where I'm here on the right-hand side, what you would see here, I can show you. So if we did this as a cutaway, you're going to see in my timeline here that I am on this side. And then if you switch over to a cutaway, even though the clip is still here, you're going to see that it switches to me on the left, right? So this is not what we want, because we don't want the entire screen to be taken up by me. What we want is eventually to have a product where I'm on one side and I'm also on the other side, and it looks like I'm trying to have a conversation with myself. So that was not the right option. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select it, and then we should be able to delete it here with a garbage can. We're going to go back up to this clip again, select it, and this time when we go to the triple dots, I guess we could just run through some of these anyway since we're here, right? This is going to be the picture-in-picture option. Now, for a lot of people who are doing a lot of these videos where you're doing like reactions or you want to insert like some sort of overlay and something like that, this is especially helpful also when you have something that has a transparent background, and then you can resize the overlay and have it be wherever on the screen that you want. But again, this is not going to be the option that we want, so we're going to go ahead and delete that one. And I'm just doing this so you can see the different options that we have. So the next one is going to be the split screen. Now, because I did not use a green screen, because we're going to attempt to do this without a green screen, this is going to be the option that we're going to choose. Now, the thing with the split screen, nice, scary. Let's take a look at this overlay button here down at the bottom. Don't know if you can see it there. There we go. All right, so you do have the option once your overlay is on your timeline to change it to a different thing. So if you decide, hey, in this overlay now, I want it to be a picture-in-picture where previously I had selected something else, you can still change it here. So you still have that option. And we were going to, oh, that's back to the cutaway. I'm gonna go back to give me my split screen. Now, because these are opposite, we may have to switch these. Is it gonna let me just do it with my finger? I don't think so. Can I bring it down into the timeline? Nope. I look kind of weird there though. Awesome, right? Yeah, that's not looking like what we want. So here's something that we just learned. We should be able to switch that though. We should be able to go top, bottom, or right, left, or left, right. So let's look at this for a second. See, we are troubleshooting together, guys. We're troubleshooting together. So let's click on this real quick and let's see here. Split, detach audio, duplicate, and actions. We don't want to cut it. Ah, up here. I think this is going to be it. Let's take a look over here. Come back. I think I have the overlay I want, but what we want to do, let's see here. See, I want to do this real time with you guys because I want you to know, even though sometimes I teach stuff on like iMovie, not everyone is going to get everything the first time, and I think it's totally fine to share that with you. You know, we all struggle, we're all learning, and so if you ever look at any of my videos too and think, oh my god, like she knows lots of stuff, I know some stuff, but other stuff, it is trial and error. So I don't want anyone to feel bad that you don't get anything the first time. I know though for a fact that you should be able to have a thing where you switch around the views. So it's kind of hard while it's laying down on the table here to like lean over and look at it. So give me 1 second while I pick it up and look at it. Because when I'm seeing it, this is bugging me that it doesn't have the option, and I know it exists. Oh, here we go. All right. So I just missed it. It is up here in this corner like I thought. So up here there is this magnifying glass, there is this little switcheroo, and then there is what is like the border right between usually where you cut it. So this, if you do it, like I said, you should be able to do a top down, you should be able to do a left right, and then this one is going to be another top down and then switching. So this is closer to what we want. At least now we have people on the correct sides of the video. So now we are making some progress. So anyone else out there have any ideas on how we're going to do this? You guys let me know. So we're going to go and click on this one. And we're going to go up here to the pinch to zoom option. And what I really want to do is I want to make sure that I'm still in the frame and all the way over. And then we're going to click on the opposite side. Click on the opposite side, also the zoom. And then we're gonna, maybe I don't have to do anything on that one. Let's go look at it. All right, so here's the thing is it's shoving my picture or my second video all the way over to the side. And we don't want that because we want basically this line to cross right down the middle. And like I said, you want to make sure that you try not to extend your hand or anything like that all the way over across that middle line because it's going to look all funky. And it's best if you can to try and to do it on a seam or something like that, so it's really easy to kind of like stitch it together if you're not going to use this with a green screen. All right, so let's take a peek at this really quick. Why? I want to be able to scoot it, and I feel like you should be able to do that. And let's see what they're saying here. I want it... Why is it shoving it all the way over there? That is disturbing me. And I guess you guys don't want to sit here and just watch me fumble with it, so let me play a song for you while we also... Oh, but my mouse. My mouse is completely dead, right? So, oh, here, I'll play my intro song. 1 second. I got a button for that. All right, let me switch to the overhead here. You guys can just see what I'm working on. See if we can figure this thing out. Hopefully you guys can see it. There we go. All right. Let's think about this. Can we crop it before we do it? I'm curious. We have the option. No. Oh, I have an idea. What if I do it in the thing before I bring it in? 1 second. Let me pull this up. Let me go to my photos. I don't remember which side we're doing. Now I'm in my photo apps. I'm outside of iMovie here. We're gonna try this. Actually, I wanna go back farther into the video so I can see about halfway where it is. This is an idea. I didn't say this is gonna work. I'm just saying these are all the things that we would try and do together to see if it would work. I want the whole thing, first of all. Give me the whole thing. Then we're gonna go to the crop. Where's that, 8 and 4.5, something like that, so... What if I just try and bring it in? Like... here. In between the microphones. I'm gonna try that, and then it's going to prepare and save it. This is something, this might work. All right, so we're gonna go back to the iMovie application. What side was it? And I think I'm on the left side. All right, so this one, we're gonna delete, actually we can leave it for right now because we can still fit in another one. We'll go up here, we'll add another overlay. Let's see, hopefully it sees it. And it's already cropped. I think so. Now, let's come out of here. Let's go into the options for it. Oh, yeah, let's switch it around. So we're on the right side, there we go. Then we're gonna pinch to zoom it. Let's see if I can bring myself all the way over. Oh, right, but it's this side that's the problem. Oh, I cropped the wrong side, guys. I need the other one. So I need the one where I'm on the right-hand side. I like it. I wonder, though, if I could actually just reverse them. So let's take them both off the... Let's take them all off the timeline, actually. You also see that if you have erased something that has items attached to it, it erases the whole thing, so you can't just... All right. So the one that I had cropped was this one on the right-hand side, right? So let's add that one. Yep. And you guys can see that it is cropped because... Oop. Yep, I know. So you can see that it's cropped because... Did I just grab the wrong one? Because I'm a dum-dum. Let's go up here and try it again. Yep, that's the one. At least I think so. Why is it taking the wrong one? Interesting. Okay, let's see what happens when I add this one as a picture-in-picture. And then change it to a split screen. There we go. Zoom in. And then we take this one. And you're not going to let me zoom. No, you're not going to let me zoom. So, are you going to let me zoom? No. Okay. Why is it not bringing to me? This is what we want. So we have me on the left-hand side, and then this one on the right-hand side. It's backwards. All right. So let me unplug my mouse so I can give you guys a real song. 1 second here. Because I don't want you guys to just have to sit here and listen without any music. But I'm also just trying to show you that a lot of this, it's trial and error. So, let's see what we can do here. And make it so you guys can see it. After we cropped it though, it's bringing it in like it hasn't seen it cropped though. That's interesting right there. Let me see if I just bring it in on my timeline, if it recognizes that I cropped it or if I grabbed the wrong file. It didn't. Let's go look at it. Maybe that's a problem. Let me mark it as a favorite and then come back to it. Okay, we've added it again. That does not look successful. So now I'm starting to wonder, because I know, let's think about how else could we do this? Sorry. Let's switch real quick. It is possible, I promise. Because where there's a will, there's a way. And God knows, we're gonna find a way. What if we crop both of them? Oh, okay. That's an idea. I wonder what's gonna happen then if we do that. Let's try and edit this one and crop it. Like we said, right in between those microphones. Now let's see what happens when we add those videos side by side. as long as it saved it. It says it's saving the video. It's gonna take a while. Preparing video to save. 1 second. Still preparing video. Okay, we're back. Let's go back to it and see if we can do anything with this now. Let's give you guys a new song. Okay, so I just realized that I forgot to bring it back to the overhead view. Let me rewind. So this time what I did is I actually went and I cropped both videos, and I did both of them basically in the same spot in between the microphones. So we're gonna try and add them back into the timeline, put them on the correct sides, and hopefully this time when we do it, I think we're gonna get a little farther. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna add this to the timeline. And you can see it has been cropped, so it's obviously not the entire 16:9 wide. So now we're gonna bring in the next one. We're gonna try and do this as a as a split. Yeah, that's looking better. All right, let's pick this up. Let's bring it over here. All right, this clip is longer. Live your life. There we go. Alright, so now if you guys are seeing this, I think there's a little bit of time before I start talking here. Alright, so now if you look at it, it's looking pretty darn close, like we're side by side and actually almost having a conversation with each other, but this one looks a little bit more. Is it this one? Nope, it's this one. Are we zoomed in a little too much? Yeah, there we go. It brought it in a little bit more zoomed. Now, had I made a correct cut, it would look a little cleaner. Let's take a look at this one. Just make sure. So I tried to cut in between, are you guys seeing that? Tried to cut in between the microphones. This autofocus is actually not very good at all. Boom, boom, boom. We'll think about it. We'll keep working on it. So basically, if you look at this now, you think about this? Come on, autofocus, you can do it. Okay. If you're actually playing these side by side, I think this little border line is actually something we can get rid of. Let's take a look at this real quick. So here we go. So now you can see there's a black line with it, and there is a white line. There's a black line. Yeah, I wonder, there's got to be a way that you can be able to remove that, or you should be able to overlay these. We're just going to zoom that together a little bit more. There we go. We're just going to zoom it a little bit more, kind of cover that little black line. Now, if you look on the background, it kind of looks like it is the same scene, and it is us all the way across. Wait, we want these to start at the same time, don't we? Yes, we do. So we're going to bring this all the way to the front. We're going to try and make this start together. Can you trim it while it's on top? Let's take a look. Okay. All right. And we're going to bring it all the way to the front here. Bring it. Come on. There. All right. So now if we look at this, it's because I didn't have my clip long enough. But this is basically the best way that I know of that you could do this. And this is going to be you taking the picture, like I said, the video with you on either side, and then being able to kind of stitch them together. Of course, you're going to be able to do a much better job than I am if you're not under a time crunch here. But you can line up your cut side by side. You see, like I did a rough line here in between these mics, but you should be able to do a better job of it because you're probably smarter than I am and would do this with more advanced thought. So if you kind of look at it, it doesn't exactly look like I'm talking to myself because only one of me turned, but this is basically how you would do that. So if you crop both of your videos outside of the iMovie app before you bring them into iMovie, then you should be able to do a left-right split screen. And if you've played your cards correctly and measured it down the center, then you'll be able to have a conversation that looks like you're talking to yourself, and you could put in whatever you want, but mainly like a clone of yourself. And that's how you would do that. Now, for funsies, I know, and it's because if you were on the laptop version of iMovie, you have more options because you can actually kind of move the line of where you need or that kind of thing. Some of it within iMovie on your computer as well, you only have to crop one side. So like I said, I kept trying to, like, it kept shoving me over on the other side, right? If you were on the non-iOS version, you could only crop one side and bring it in, and it would be a perfectly aligned overlay, and it would just measure up in the center. But because I guess this is a weird limitation of iOS version, unless someone out there wants to show me how else you would do it, you would need to crop both beforehand and then bring them in and then kind of stitch it together. So that's my best guess. Then I thought about this for a second. I'm like, if you had a green screen, this is something you could try as well. Now, not everyone has a green screen, but there might be ways to, and I thought if you want, since we have a moment, we could give this a shot. So the nice thing about the green screen is that if you were to do it that way, I guess you guys don't need to see the iPad anymore. One second. One nice thing is if you're using a green screen, then you don't have to worry as much about, any of that trimming, cropping before you bring it in. And as long as your stuff's in the same frame, you're going to be pretty good. So let's take a look at something as just an experiment to see if this would be something that we could try. So I'm not saying this is going to work. I'm just saying it's another idea I had. All right. So I'm going to go into Instagram, and then we're going to go like we're going to add a story, and then we're going to go to a green screen. And then I believe they have the option. They also have a story, I think, with green screen. So that might even be an easier way. Let's try it this way first and see what happens. We can try all the ways, right? So we're going to try this. And then we are going to, one second here. Let's see. Do you have my face? Okay. Oh, this doesn't look the best. Okay. Sorry. Let me set this up. In fact, I'm pretty sure I hate this already. It's having a problem with my hair. Let's try something else. Let me just take a photo of nothing, and then I'm just going to make a green screen real quick. One second. Let's try something else. Don't use the internal green screen thing because apparently it has a really not great way of catching you. One second. Let's try something else. All right. So instead what I did is I took a photo of nothing and then I went over it with the marker tool, and I guess I could show you here on my phone. One second. We'll go back to this. Let's do this one. Let me start over. How do I get it off that green screen thing? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a photo of nothing. Hopefully you guys can see that. Boom. All right, then we're going to go up here to the marker thing. And we're going to go, which one is it? Let's try the first one. And we'll go to the green at the bottom. Make sure that's selected. Press and hold on the screen. Good 3 seconds. Boom, green screen. So what you want to do is hit done. We're going to download this one real quick so that we have a plain green screen. Then we're going to exit out of the story. And we're going to go back into the story. Use what we already have from our camera roll. We're back. Now I believe if you add this little sticker guy, they have an option for a camera. I believe they do. Let's give it a shot and see if this is any better. Oh, it's right in the center. That's weird. Oh, it's like a selfie. I don't think that's going to work either then, guys. You guys are seeing. But I'll show you what this looks like. Here's how you can make your own green screen effects. We should be able to do better than this. Let's see. Let's try. Oh, the lighting's really messing with it. And it hates it. Okay. Let's try something else. I need better light. No? Oh, you have to actually hit the on-screen button. This is lame. Okay. Don't like that. Let's try this. Because you have to awkwardly hold it. There it is. The little floating head. Okay, let's have a floating head. That's going to happen. So we have a little floating head of me doing the little peace sign. We're going to bring it over here on this side. Now we're just going to download this to a photo. Now I'm going to airdrop it over to my iPad. I think you guys know where we're going with this. Let's go back into my photos. Okay. We don't need those videos anymore. We are going to send that. Airdrop it. It's like, it can't airdrop if you're not on. Okay. 1 second here. We are going to airdrop this over to the iPad. And then one thing you do have to do here, because it's coming in as basically a tall portrait type of item, you have to rotate it before you bring it into iMovie, or you have to sit there and, well, I'll show you if you do it inside of iMovie. It's not always the best, but actually I would rather just rotate it. Just rotate this real quick and we'll hit done. Now we're going to go back to iMovie, and because iMovie does have the limitation where you can only have one, we're just going to shorten this up really quickly. Oh, it's going to be mad though because this video is no longer wide, isn't it? Yeah. Let me get rid of these real quick so that I can bring in an actual wide. 1 second. And go back to one of those videos. And go back to it. We're going to revert so that it's back to the original. You guys can't see what I'm doing here. Okay, we're going to go back into iMovie. We're going to bring in that clip. Oh, I think it was that one. We're going to add that to the timeline. Oh, did I grab the wrong one? Because I'm a dumb head. I do stuff like that. Let's try this one. No, maybe it just doesn't recognize and it hasn't refreshed my library yet. 1 second. And go back in. My 11-second video, we should be able to add that in. Yeah, it's back to normal. All right, so we have that one, and then instead of the, we just added, I swear sometimes it just doesn't know what to do with my little downloads. Here we go. We're going to mark it as a favorite. That's just something that I will do sometimes so that I can find my stuff. photo. It is a favorite. It is going to be added ... as a green blue screen. There we go. Think about life. Think about life. There we go. So now if you look and see, now that you have the green screen applied, you've basically got my little floating head over here that I got from my Instagram photo and now is floating around over here. So if you were so inclined, if you're on the desktop version, then you could probably animate it a little bit more with some keyframes or do different stuff with it inside of like Keynote or something like that and export. So let's come back to this one. Have we learned anything? Let's see what you guys are saying. So I know, surprised there wasn't an easier way. I know. And then have you tried the app Adobe Rush on iPad Pro? Yes, I have. And we can definitely talk about that as one of our subjects on a Triple T upcoming. Now, next Thursday, I'm going to have my friend Eugene on, and we are going to be talking about beginner-friendly tutorial inside of using Adobe After Effects. So if you are brand new to like Adobe or After Effects or anything like that, that might be a really cool one to check into. Now, also, I do need to let you guys know that I do have a new channel sponsor if you guys haven't seen that yet, and I do want to show them some love. So let me see if it does it correctly. Maybe. Are we thinking about it? Thinking about it. Let's see here. Also, I should tell you guys about liking, subscribing, follow me on all of my socials over here. Woo! And join. It's a good time. It's a good time over here. And every Thursday, we're going to be doing one of these either tutorials talking about video editing or talking about YouTube, which I think is super duper cool. I'm really excited about it because I want to hang out with you guys more. Let me see what happens when I push this one. There should be more happening. And why is it not happening? 1 second. Let's see. I'm going to go back to my overlays here. I swear if you stick with me though, also, we'll get better at all this stuff. I've been trying, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I was trying so hard to fix the super chat one when, I don't know if you guys were on that live stream with me when I was like totally going down a bad thing with that. It was bad. I was trying so hard. Let's see here. If I take off the... All right, so I do want to let you guys know if you guys want to sign up for a restream so you can broadcast to multiple places at the same time, you guys can save $10 using my link down below. Thank you to Restream for being a channel sponsor. Also, if you guys didn't know, you can, I got a deal with TubeBuddy. You guys can get 14 days for free on any paid level and still get 20% discount on every month after that. So thank you to TubeBuddy. Also, for being a channel member. They are one of my platinum members, which I should also make sure I put up on the screen here. So, platinum members, TubeBuddy, I appreciate you. If you guys don't know what channel memberships are, it's there's a video about it on my channel, but we have 3 different tiers, and you can either do like private live streams that get questions answered or all that kind of cool stuff, and you get special emojis, and you get your name turns green in all of the live streams, which you will see because I will be live streaming once a week for like the next year. So I'm really excited about that. And since we've covered most of that stuff, what do you guys want to talk about? You guys let me know. I wonder on Final Cut Pro, if you highlight a section and press backspace, will it cut out? If you highlight a section and press backspace, will it cut out? You mean like delete it? Is that what you mean? I'm not quite sure. One thing that is really cool about Final Cut Pro is you can program a whole bunch of hotkeys. So shout out to Cody Warner, who showed me a couple of cool tricks in his video where now you can do like a bracket left and right. So it actually makes it so it trims your video and cuts it to a specific spot if you use like a bracket, which is really cool. And then instead of hitting Command B for the blade tool, you just hit B. And so those were a couple of the ones that he had suggested in his video. You guys can go check it out if you want to figure out how to kind of do some of those custom keys. It's very, very helpful. Keyboard shortcuts are really, really helpful. So let's see. Ooh, I feel this one's appropriate. Let's play this one real quick. This one is called Some New Tricks, by the way. Let's see how it goes. I'll take a sip of water. So funny. So I don't know if you guys caught this, but over on my, I don't know, you want to call it a vlog channel, but it's called Shelly Shares Her Day, and I did 31 straight days of streaming over there, and I called it Vlogtober because I was chronicling all of like everything that I was working on in October, which was just a super busy month for me, including the launch of my e-course and everything like that, all the podcasts and virtual summits and everything that I was part of. So 2 virtual summits, 2 podcasts, and the release of my e-course. So I thought that live streaming, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start doing this live streaming show, so I wanna get like super familiar with it. I don't know what it is, but shout out to all of the live streamers out there, and especially the people who are like terrified of getting started, because it is nerve-wracking. It is always nerve-wracking sometimes. Like, so if you are out there and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about doing live streams, you're not by yourself. And I want you to know I did a video on Sunday that was called like what to do when no one is watching, and especially if you're just getting started with live streaming. I think it's like a good one to watch, because just because you see someone that looks like their live stream setup is like all set up and legit, and like people still get nervous. And so it's still like this whole, you never know exactly what's going to happen. Like something like your power could go out, which happened to me twice during Vlogtober, or like just randomly your dogs start going crazy, or, you know, like people are coming to the door and the dogs are like, there's so much that can happen when it's live, but it's also kind of nice because, I think it's really cool to like sit here and actually be able to talk to you guys, like, and actually get that kind of real-time feedback and acknowledgement and have conversations with you guys and gals. So I see the mass appeal of also doing live streams, because for a lot of people out there who have a harder time being able to film and edit and upload and schedule an additional video per week, live streaming is a great way to also make sure you still get out more content and stay in front of your viewers. So it's kind of a neat way, I think, to also just like really focus in and be with the community that you've already created. So I love that. So I like being able to be here and see a lot of the same familiar names and faces on here too. So you're eating eggs and beans. Nice. Nice. What's in your cup, Jordan? What are you drinking? I'm drinking water. I think I feel like I need something more like exciting, but right now it's water. All right, so I would have to say, did we accomplish what we wanted to do today? Yes. Was it as easy as I was thinking it might be? No, but if I had to do it again and I needed to do it again, now I know the secret is you have to crop both sides if you're going to do that before you put them into iMovie, because trying to get them pushed around while in iMovie at the same time is frustrating. And so if you've come across that and you found that you aren't able to do what you're trying to do, I will just say that given enough time and different ways to try things and like new ideas, you too will also be able to accomplish, hopefully, the goal that you have. So, drinking water too, yay! Not by myself. All this water. Everyone, water everywhere, not a drop to drink, right? So, also, make sure you guys leave a comment on other things that you guys want to see for the video editing tutorials. I have one planned. We're going to use Spark Camera. We can use Adobe Rush. I also want to talk about VLLO because I found it is one of the only ones that will support green screen on mobile besides iMovie. And then I also have Splice, and I have Quick, and I have another one. So I have a whole bunch of video editing tutorials for you, and then we'll also be doing some YouTube Q&A as well as like YouTube actual topics. So that'll be really cool. I'll also be doing a video on the Stream Deck and kind of like how I've set it up and different things like that. So I'm really excited for all of the TTT Thursday shows that are going to be coming up. And next Thursday, like I said, is going to be my friend Eugene, and he's going to be also, for like selfish reasons, I'm going to be learning a little bit about After Effects, which is really cool because he's heavily into that Adobe system and I'm like dipping my toes into it. So that's really exciting. And Jordan, what's your series about? Let me know. Oh, you know what? I think I just found out that it says that I'm live streaming on multiple channels. So I'm gonna go delete that second one. I think I just accidentally forgot to toggle it off. No, everything is my fault. I do have a lot lined up. So like I said, I was super excited when I was thinking about all the different topics and stuff that I want to talk about, because I don't always get to plan out like when I talk about these different video editing apps. And I thought like at least trying to do it like live and kind of go through it, whether I really know the app well or not, is kind of like, you guys might have been like, dude, you fumbled through the entire thing. But I'm like, yeah, but that's how you learn, and that's how you do things. And so everyone who's always just like, no problem, you just do it. Sometimes you have to fumble around and learn and do things. So, you know, I'm just like you guys and gals. There's lots of times I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay. But I'm just trying to share what I do know and what I have learned. So, yeah, I think that'll be fun because some apps I definitely know better than others. And so, oh, InShot. Definitely going to spend some time on InShot. I love InShot. I love InShot so much. So, Escape. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I talked with you before. You said you like Escape the Night. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it will be a full plate because, you know, I want to have a whole year's worth of stuff basically lined up. So I'm going to be talking about lots of stuff. And if you guys have different ideas and topics and stuff that you want to learn about, then make sure you let me know. But yeah, I think that's everything that we wanted to cover for today, and I will see you guys on Sunday for another video, and then next Thursday for another episode of TTT. And yeah, have a good night, guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all the good stuff that I'm supposed to tell you to do because I'm a bad YouTube person.